Good evening, VPG! It is the night you've all been waiting for. It's the night that we've been waiting for, not because it just means we get a month off afterwards, but because it is the final night. We've been threatening it all season, Domino, and it's finally here. How are you feeling, first and foremost?
Oh, April, I am pumped. Do you know what? Since you sent me the league table, I have been excited for our final night of the season. We have got some big games, April. Favorite seat in the house, ready to crack on.
It is, the league table is very much like that. It's a bit like too good to be true, can't take my eyes off of you. And that's exactly what I say to Domino every morning. No, it's not. It's exactly where we're going to go to first and foremost, because yeah, he got me. I do. That's where we're going to start, because as you can well see, it's a 7-horse race. And this is not a horse racing channel, ladies and gentlemen. You are not on the wrong channel right now. This is Pro Clubs. This is Elite Pro Clubs 11s. And on the last game of the season, 7 teams all jockeying for position to win that trophy, to win that $1, and more importantly, Domino, although some I imagine will disagree, to win that prestige, which is far more important, right?
Far more important than any money incentives, April. I would walk around with a medal all day long than my bank account being big, and it is big, April. But let me just tell you, no pedal. But the meme that you get with the guy there with the chalkboard behind him with the figures going everywhere, I never truly knew what that meme meant until I looked at this league table, because it can go any different ways, and my maths is not mathsing for where the league table is at the minute, mate. It 6 ways. It's a pick'em.
Domino can't do simple maths, so this 7-way maths thing we've got going on here is going to be difficult, so bear with us tonight. We do have our super computers in the chat ready to keep us updated with scores on the doors, with potentials of what could happen, and more importantly, just keeping us up to date with the actual league table and who's won and which points they're on, because there's not enough paper and pencils and abacus. What's the plural of abacus? Abaci. There's not enough of them. And there's not enough of them in the world to keep up with what the hell's going on here. So Domino and I decided, these are my notes for tonight. It's just the games that are being played. You cannot make notes for a game, for a night like tonight, with these games like tonight. And
Jesus, take the wheel.
That's without even talking about our main event of the evening, which is a freaking cup final. We spoil you. We truly spoil you. Press the wrong button. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the UK Pro Series Cup final. Before we turn the screen purple for the rest of the night, it's going to stay gold because we are in the UK for this one. It is the Pro Series final against 2 of our favourite sides. It is Tranmere, who obviously were on the stream last week, impressed us then. They've got their talisman back this week. Lewis, FIFA up front with Smith. 100+ goals for those 2 this season. And just the small task of taking on PATRONUS, Domino, a team that we know very, very well, of course.
Oh, April, you just look at the names in there. You look at the U's in there. You look at the Ash Alberto. Play wherever he wants, does whatever he wants. Mate, it's a hard one. I always say we go into these nights with the most unbiased opinions of teams. But then we have soft spots for teams, April. We can't really pick them between these 2 teams, which makes it a dead rubber on who we want to proceed. But what a final. PATRONUS are a well-run outfit, and Tranmere have just gone from strength to strength this season, April, and they deserve to be in this final with their performances, especially against when they played Black Sheep. You would say league tables predict that PATRONUS are the favourites going against Tranmere, as PATRONUS are the league higher, but cup final, April, throw the rule book out the window, throw the leagues out the window, one game to win it.
Exactly that. No, hit the nail on the head there, Domino. All form, everything, league position, where you are on that footballing pyramid, chuck it out the window. The rule book goes out the window. It is 2 world-class strike partnerships against each other, and then the rest, I think it's just going to be who can perform at the highest standard out of the rest of the 9 players on the pitch, Domino, if I'm totally honest. Because, this is a very, very even matchup, and one I'm very, very looking forward to calling. So off we go then. Let's the football do the talking, and let's get it over and done with. Tranmere in the white from right to left. There seems to be a slight issue. Anyone who's ever played competitive clubs will know all about this. I mean, he's back in now, so whether or not they're going to try and restart that, or whether they're just going to say, let's just crack on. I mean, they seem to be cracking on. And here we go then. It is PATRONUS in the red, by the way.
But slightly awkward start to the game, 8-ball, but expect fireworks here, especially from 2 unbelievable sides here.
Yeah, if awkwardness is not your thing, then you're on the wrong stream, ladies and gentlemen. Expect this for the rest of the night. 2 mathematicians, we are not. 2 commentators, questionable. But it is PATRONUS taking on Tranmere. PATRONUS in the UK Premier, of course. Tranmere just been promoted from that Championship division, so only 1 step below. They came second this season behind Wizardry. Tricky customers. Smith cuts inside, goes on the outside. It's going to fall to him. Smashed at Lorimer. Big save. He didn't know much about it. His character didn't know much about it. He knew everything about it. Very experienced goalkeeper. And exactly that. Positioning for days by that man. Frantic start to the game is exactly what we expected, Domino.
Yeah, and to be fair, we've seen Tranmere play, and they play with that brash arrogance, especially when they play teams like Black Sheep, who are in the UK Prem, who are in the Elite Europe, and they played them, I wouldn't say off the park 8-ball, but the confidence in each of their players, the way they play, and they've done it without that talisman Luis FIFA, and he's causing some danger here. The ball gets whipped across, still stays on this right hand side of the pitch, seeing if they can recycle it quite nicely, comes back to the middle of the park, goes all the way back to start again, but it's picked off by that man, Ash Alberto. Defensively, offensively, the man can do anything, and he can also sing a
byline. Good block. He did flip over the stand there as well, by the way. Will be a corner for PATRONUS. If you're in the chat, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Cup final night. Headed in by Reese, cleared by Drew Dini, who had a fantastic game last week, by the way, in that semi-final against Black Sheep.
Here's that striking partnership. Split in the defenders.
Stepped in nicely, though, by Ewers, the skipper, the manager, the talisman, the midfield engine, and Domino, the Rolls Royce.
The Rolls Royce of football. Changed his character look. I think Ewers is playing with a slightly bigger build here, 8-ball, and he's now supporting the Afro. As you all know, it wins headers.
We spoke about it at length. Clearly, he was watching last week.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's taking that on board. And if he pops up with a 90-minute header winner, we'll be taking half the proceedings for tonight. Reese does well with a header. Falls to Lewin. Sean, edge of the box, stabs it into the back post. C27 clears it only as far as Chris. Back to Sam. Another player had a fantastic game last week in that semi-final. Black Sheep scalped by Tranmere, a whole league below. Didn't seem to phase them. It's certainly not phasing them now, Domino, because PATRONUS have been camped in their own half for a lot of this game so far.
Yeah, and 8-ball, they're doing well here. They're holding the edge of their box quite nicely. Tranmere, I'm just going to put it, Tranmere are trying to shift them right to left to create that opening in behind, but they've been forced to take it wide to put the balls in the box, and they've been dealt with quite comfortably by the PATRONUS lot. But it's just a matter of time, 8-ball. They can't keep staying this pressure, and here's their chance for Quino to mount some pressure themselves. Great skill, 8-ball. He just didn't bring the ball with him.
Yeah, Shauna coming out on top that time. I'm sure they're going to have plenty of ding-dong battles for the rest of this game. 2 very good players on this near side. Does fall to Luis FIFA, though. Gets the shot off, and I'm not sure what the goalkeeper was doing, but Luis FIFA with the snapshot fires his team ahead. Not for the first time this season. Could be the last time, because it's the last game of the season, of course. But 1-0 is the stat that matters, and I don't think Lauren was going to want to watch that one back, Domino.
No, it was a shaky start from him. I mean, the first save, there was no reaction. It hit him, 8-ball, but it was good positioning. That second one, I don't know what happened, 8-ball. User error lag. He's going to have to explain himself to the boys. But, yeah, it didn't look great for him. But here's Kino's chance to get it cooking again. It's come back. He's got the play on the left-hand side.
Oh, he's gone down.
He's gone down, 8-ball.
Oh, I was looking at the referee, Domino. She had a think about it.
Who's going in his pocket, 8-ball.
She had a little think about it. And that's the beauty. That is the beauty of competitive pro clubs, Domo. You know, Lorimer, everybody knows what a fantastic goalkeeper is. He's got 10 other people on his team who are going to be supporting him. And look at the response they've had. They're trying to dig their goalkeeper out, as I'm sure he's done to them several times over the years.
Yeah.
And again, that is the beauty of, that's why it's so much better than 1v1 Domino. I love the camaraderie. I just love 11 players, 22 players on a pitch. It's just great to watch.
Oh, well, absolutely. And what Tranmere need to do now is keep that rhythm and tempo that got them to the dance and got them 1-0 up. They started just shelling up here, 8-ball, but they've gone back on the attack. It's where I think, again...
What a ball that is! Here we go, back sticks! Sam is there and it's going to count! It's going to count! He's doubled the lead! Sam pops up at the back post. A wicked ball from left to right. Sam had all the time in the world. The goalkeeper thought he was going to go back across him. He didn't. He took it down. Maybe he wasn't expecting to be unmarked. Maybe he wasn't expecting that quality of ball to come across Domino. But everything was on a plate for him. Sam had to be there, and hey, Tranmere will be very glad that he was there. 2-0.
Yeah, 8-ball, I think it was IQ play from that man. I think the ball dropped in. He knew he had the time to take it down, and that was no shade on the keeper that we had to make a move early. You normally think he's gone ahead of that or take that first time, but the composure in that to take that down, and they're here again, 8-ball on the attack.
Stepped
with
in
players
nicely
streaming
by
up,
Ewers.
fantastic by Ewers. Ewers has done a lot more defensively than offensively, and that's not where he wants to be, 8-ball.
Gremaldino's in the chat. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Fenerbahce is the last game tonight. Fenerbahce Famalicao, and there is confirmation of half-time. And I mean, I think 1-0 would have probably been fair. I don't think Patronus could have thought too much about that. But that goal just before halftime, Domino, we say goals make games. Goals also kill games, to be honest, Domino. And is that enough to kill this Patronus side off in the first 45 minutes?
No, 8-ball, I don't think it is. And I think there was not a lot of joy Patronus had. They had a couple of spells inside the area. Not much danger going forward. But look, Patronus, they've been here. They've been in losing positions where they've rectified it. They are a well-drilled, experienced team. The team talk's going to be important from the management team, from viewers. And it's what they can do to beat this Tranmere. Because at the minute, 8-ball, I don't see any holes or gaps in Tranmere. You're going to have to create something. You're going to have to be a bit braver on the ball. Playing it a little bit quicker, maybe go more direct and change the flow. But these Patronus boys, it is 2-0 down, but 8-ball, I don't think they're out fit.
I would maybe. I mean, the good thing for Patronus at the moment is that they've got the experienced players, okay? They've got the players who have been there, done that. And the manager himself, he's a manager who I don't think he'll give them a rollicking because they don't really deserve it, but he's gonna put a rocket up them for sure. And I think it's what they need. I think a rocket up them, just a reminder of the stage they're on, and maybe just take those shackles off a bit. Get this man on the ball a bit more, Quino. I mean, you said in the first half, Domino, they were parked in. Tranmere was struggling to break them down. It's because they had so many bodies behind the ball, and they're already doing it now. I mean, they're taking chances. They got the flat back three at the back, and they're pushing numbers up early doors. That's exactly what I would expect from Ewers and Patronus, Domino.
Yeah, and this is it here, 8-ball. Maybe switching the play, going a little bit long, trying to win the loose balls like they're doing here. But at the midfield, they're getting overrun, 8-ball. They're not being quick enough on it.
Yeah.
And this Tranmere team has been relentless. Not the press high up, 8-ball. So when the ball comes into that midfield position, the positions that they're picking up is fantastic. The Patronus players can't get free. And it's really restricting them to what they want to do. But when they get it here, 8-ball, anything goes, and that's fantastic work. He's gone down again.
I saw the referee made a movement as well. I don't know what the movement was. They put their hand up, but nothing given again. Patronus may be looking towards the referee for a helping hand here. But Domino, the way this is set out now, Patronus are coming out swinging, and Tranmere are a team that can pick you off. So from a neutral point of view, this is set up very, very nicely.
Yeah, it'll be a massive shock, 8-ball, if this stays 2-0 and the same scoreline towards the end, and really well done there. by Tranmere. What Tranmere need to do, 8-ball, is like I said in that first half, they're 2 goals up. They need to do what kept them in the darts here, 8-ball, and keep that pressure, keep applying it, don't change your tactics. Until you get to the 80th minute where game management does become very, very important, in these mid things, you do want to get another goal here, and here they are with Smith. Fantastic skills, trying to find his strike partner, 8-ball. They managed to scoop the clearance out, but that's not it.
Good pressure from you there as well. Stop that ball coming back in, but Jamesy McSir, Domino again. We were looking for him in that Phoenix side. He's popped up in the Tranmere side, and here it is. Sam at the back post again. 3-0 to Tranmere, and Domino, they are finding space after space after space, and the goal just before halftime, Domino, PATRONUS had to come out. They had to come out, and they suffered a bit because they won the ball back and they tried to mount that counter-attack, and it's when you start to flood players forward. If they'd broken through that first line of the press, they would have had 7 or 8 players in the attack. They didn't. Jamesy McSir doing what he does best, breaking stuff down and creating. And like we said, this Tranmere side have been potent in front of goal so far, especially that man who's on a brace now, Sam. And yeah, it's 3-0.
Didn't even get mentioned out of the front 2 who've been absolutely cooking, bagging in goals, but you can see it, the goals come from anywhere in this team. And 8-ball, I think the major key to this is this midfield battle. Keeper comes a long way, 8-ball, he doesn't get it.
Unselfishly squares it to Smudger, who puts them 4 up, and it's just, it's just one of those days, Domino. Unfortunately, it had to be a cup final, because if it had been somewhere in Europe, if it had been somewhere in the UK Prem, you'd probably just say, don't worry, we have those days every now and then. But for some reason, PATRONUS have chosen the cup final for it. We've all had them. But take nothing away from Tranmere. They've been nothing short of brilliant. They've turned up and they've done exactly what they did to Black Sheep. And I think with these boys in the UK Premier next season, they're a side that people need to watch out for. And they're on the hunt for more here as well. They won't get it because Mane clears it only as far as Maka inside to Smudger, the goal scorer of the last goal.
And 8-ball, just watch this bit there. We talked in very short form about it's the battle of the front 2 for each team. 8-ball, that's a great ball across.
He's come back to 8-ball. That is how their game has gone on. That is in a
it's
nutshell.
Just not fallen 8-ball. It's not fallen for them. But as I was saying, instead of the battle of strikers, I generally think it's battle of the midfield. 8-ball. The midfield in Tranmere have been, I would say, more efficient on the ball and won the ball back in very vital areas to get at least 2 of those goals. Fantastic work there. Unfortunately, just got dispossessed. And I think that's where the game has been won or lost.
No, I agree, and we're talking about strike forces, Dom, and I thought you were going to touch upon it there, but Azabast, haven't seen his name once. No. Ash Alberto, other than the first 10-15 minutes, haven't seen his name, and I think that's where PATRONUS, where the wheels have potentially come off today, is just the service into those 2. It's something Tranmere aren't afraid to do, is go direct into those front 2 and make stuff happen, because they're 2 very, very good players. Well, PATRONUS got 2 very, very good players up front as well. And for some reason, it may very well be, like you say, Domino, that midfield battle, the screening of passes into the strikers' feet. Just they've been completely and utterly starved at the ball.
Yeah, and I think what Lewis and Smith have done really well is one of them worked into the midfield as an overload, the other one stayed there. They played... I think here it comes again, 8-ball. Here it comes again, and it's been cleared off the line. But yeah, what they've been doing really well is they've been taking it, again, in shifts to come in, drop in, pick up the ball and find their strike partner. They've just executed a game plan, and it's come off perfectly, 8-ball. Shell-shocked PATRONUS.
Yeah, shell-shocked commentary team. I mean... Again, like I said, take nothing away from Tranmere because they've been superb, especially this man, Llewellyn, on the edge of the box. C27 clears it. Mick Hugh giving Sam some stick, but he's just scored a brace in a cup final. We can't give him any stick. I'm sorry. Smith front post clears, and yeah, it's just one of those games, Domino. It's just clearly. Despite I think Hughes has had a good game in there, but other than that, I mean, again, Azabas probably one of his first few touches of the whole game effectively. I think that's where it just goes wrong, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think the attack's just been so efficient and fluid for Tranmere. It's been hard for any team that play them in this kind of form, Abel, to keep hold of it, and they're just coming with a showboat here, Abel. They're just trying to put some icing on top of it.
Into Ash Alberto's feet, and again, one of his very few touches gets absolutely manhandled by Sean. I don't think anyone in white will mind that, because they are getting ready to lift this trophy, Domino. Into the back post it goes, out it goes, and that is going to be...
Very old.
There we go. Matt completes the clearance. Confirmation of that is not a typo. Tranmere 4, Patronus 0, and a big one-sided cup final where, Domino, I think the pre-match hype was basically us saying that these are two very, very well-matched teams, and it should be a quite close game.
Yeah, and it should have been, on paper, April, it should have been Patronus probably edging it over Tranmere. But obviously, as we always say, week in, week out, games not played on paper, April, and a cup final can do weird and wonderful things. And for Tranmere, it was wonderful, but for Patronus, it was weird, April. It was it was very different from their normal style of play. We've seen Patronus play. We've seen them cook on 5-ring burners, April. They just weren't at the races. I don't know if the goal placement really early on and late on in the second half killed them, because the other two goals, they're coming chasing the game. I wouldn't put any stock into the 4-0. I wouldn't care if I lost 10-0 April, as long as we tried in that last half to try and get a goal. It's the first two goals that set the tone for the game, and Tranmere did not let up. Like I said, their game plan is very easy for a team to go 1-0 up and kind of start going reserved and a little bit into a shell, knowing you're in a position against a team in a higher league. They didn't do that from the first whistle to the last whistle. It was a continuous game plan. They were fantastic, 8-ball, and my opinion, they deserve to win that game.
I mean, obviously the first goal was the first goal. There was a bit of unfamiliarity to it, but the timing of the second goal. I mean, we saw what Patronus had to do, and they came out to do it in that second half. They came out to get themselves an early goal and get back in the game, and I applauded them for that during comms. But it opened their game up so much for Tranmere, and I think, again, that's what makes this side so dangerous, because they can play possession football. They can knock it around and try and pick you off, which is what they did in the first half. And then the second half, they sat in and they just waited for them, and they'll hit you on the counter. And it's difficult for Patronus, because they got two of the best sides of Tranmere. You know, they got them at their possession base, but they also got them at their counter-attacking. And you're not going to get that very often when you play sides in finals. But for some reason, Tranmere just came out and they played a perfect final. There's probably no better way of putting it than that, Domino.
No, I completely agree, April. And I mean, it was the final, and it's going to be disciplined for Patronus, but again, head held high. You're not going to look at it now, but to get to the final is a hard task anyway, April. There's got to put some naughty points on the board for them, same as Tranmere. So yeah, all good for Patronus getting there. You learn more from your losses than you do your wins, April. Bet they come out a better team next season, but Tranmere, relishing it, enjoy it, because you're with the big boys next season.
That's it, yeah. I mean, it's if they ever need a pre-made team talk for the first game of next season, use the semi-final and the final, because 2 wins from those guys against 2 very, very good UK Premier sides. I mean, that's all they really need as momentum going into this.
I thought you were going to say if they need any players, Abel, and I was like, oh, here we go, Abel, sign us up.
I think our time has gone. I think our time has gone.
You wouldn't even get in the squad, Abel. I don't know what they were saying anyway. Ain't getting that squad.
Right, so I'm looking for the next fixture, and it is Fluminense versus Digital, and the screen is going to go back to being purple, Domino, because it is time for 3 lots of main events of the evening. We do have plenty of time to go through the 3 remaining games for tonight. They are, of course, now we're done and dusted with the cup. Congratulations to Tranmere. Commiserations to PATRONUS. Now we're done with the cup final. We're on to 3 cup finals, Domino. And first up is Fluminense versus Digital Sports. Technically, Digital Sports can still win the league, Domino. I politely asked them not to get involved in this.
Yeah, you did.
You know, it's proof that they are a very, very good side. And I think if they hadn't had that really sticky patch in the beginning of the season, then they would be seriously knocking on that door this evening.
I mean, they're going in out of the top 6. Well, let's say top 7 then. Top 7 on the joint best form.
Exactly.
In the last 5 games, 8 were wild.
Exactly. I mean, I've been banging on about how good this side are, and they've been lingering down in 12th at one point. I think they went down as far as 16th, 17th maybe, and they made me look like a fool. But I stuck by them, and now if we believe Digital, if we really, really, truly believe, we need everyone else to get beat, guys. But whether that's
even
happen,
the games where they play each other and they draw to get 0 points each.
Exactly. I mean, they're winning 3-0 right now, so they are bang on form. They are the in-form side of this league. And with 2 games to go, I'm not a betting man, but you kind of have to say it's very, very unlikely. Stranger things have happened, of course. I mean, they are playing Fluminense, so if they beat them and Fluminense lose and Regnum lose, who have got Fama, by the way, on our 3rd game of tonight, then anything can happen. But then you've got the small problem of G-Mask, Fama for the win, and Fenerbahce all kind of also really want to win the league as well. So I imagine they'll be doing their part as well. But just to go on to the games for tonight, confirmation of which Fluminense versus Digital is up next in around about 5 minutes, followed by a huge game. Regnum, who have been top for so long now, their 1 game left of this season is against Famalicao at home. A win there, Domino, takes them on to 102 points. Whilst we're no good at maths, Domino and I think there's going to be no side that win this league tonight unless they get a minimum of 102 points. So at the moment, 102 points is your magic number for the season.
The benchmark, isn't it? Yeah.
Regnum will be doing everything they can to hit that, but they've only got 1 chance to do it, and it is against Famalicao, who again are in wicked form, and they've got the most games in hand this evening. Hopefully by the time we get started in the Fluminense Digital game, we know what one of those results are in the Fama and the Fena games. So guys, if you've got eyes on any of those, do let us know, because we can then let everybody else know on the stream, and we can all go into this with our best mental maths heads on.
And that's what I'm going to say. Well, I can obviously see we've got at least 3.2 million people in this chat. Right? So we need eyes on games. So if anyone's in the chat, keep circulating. I need everyone in our chat to be the Jeff Shreves. Give me the results. Have they come in? Keep that top 7 in mind and put them in the chat. I will keep an eye on. I will call them out on stream, and someone else can do the math. Basically, I'm saying me and April are quite lazy at the minute. We're just going to enjoy the games. Please do the hard graft for us.
Not lazy, though. If you could see my setup right now, like I am like Rain Man. I've got 4 different screens, 2 different stream decks. I got a pen and paper. That's how basic we're going here.
April, I've got 1 screen and 3 pens. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. That's all I'm here for.
There was never any question about who does the work behind the scenes in this partnership, Domino. Don't worry, the viewers at home know what's going on behind the scenes.
They're 3 different colours though. Just that's how coordinated I am.
You should have said that first. So that's me slagging you off. Jesus. No, so Regnum Fama is at roughly 9:15, probably closer to about past now. And then the final game, which may very well be the title decider. It will be Famalicao again taking on Fenerbahce Esports, the second of the 2 teams who do have 4 games to play tonight. So again, if anyone sees that first Fena result, do let us know, because we can keep everyone on the stream updated. Team G-Mask getting ready to play Galatasaray. They're not on stream tonight. We could not squeeze them in, but they're taking on Gala, and Drift, I think, maybe. So 2 games that they'll be looking to pick up maximum points in. That would take them to that magic number of 102, Domino. I want to get around, but also I don't want to miss anything. So
yeah,
I'll try not to switch in between games, because that's going to give everyone a headache. But yeah, if we can keep everyone updated, that would be fantastic. But Digital are in the last 5 minutes now, so we're getting there or thereabouts. So let's go back to talking about these two sides, because Fluminense, Domino, what a season that these boys have had. 2nd in the league, and have been there for a few weeks now. They've been unable to slow everyone else down, because they've not been playing the teams around them. And I think when we looked at the league table a couple of weeks ago, we almost said they had the more favourable run-in in terms of league position opposition. But, you know, I said to you, I think after the stream finish, which is a great time for me to bring up a really good point, is when you're up there and you're not playing the teams around you, you're then relying on other teams in the league to take points off those. And Regnum have 100% fallen foul of that. But the others haven't, and the likes of Fener, likes of Fama and Team G-Mask, you would probably say are in a better position than Fluminense right now, unfortunately for Fluminense.
Yeah, and April, Fluminense, their league position has just kind of gone on the radar. We've looked at the games in hand. They've just fallen in that weird gap, because they've matched Regnum stride for stride and just kept under them, can never get over the top. But then we've kept an eye on the G-Masks, on the Feners, on the Famas, because they had so many games in hand compared to them. That Fluminense, in their right, have been picking up points, have been chasing the leaders, have been keeping hot on their tails. And April, they've got as good a shot of winning it than anyone else as well. And it's a team that have been put together and just done the right things consistently. So they are here and they deserve to be here. And it's great that we can get them on one of the last streams of the season.
Yeah, I'm glad. This is what I'm saying. I think they would be in a more favourable position if they had the likes of Regnum, G-Mask, Fama for the win, Digital, Fener in some of those kind of final 5 or 6 games. But they obviously got all their hard games out of the way, saved Digital right for the end, of course, for stream, which we appreciate, of course. But I'm wondering if it's hindered them. I mean, win this game against Digital, they've got one more game. And that is against Empire as well, so a massive game for them. But that puts them on 103. 2 wins puts them on 103. It means Regnum can't physically catch them. It means Team G-Mask can't physically catch them. The only teams that can catch them are the teams that have got 4 games left, and that requires them to win 4 games, Domino. So Fluminense, absolute dark horses at the moment, Domino.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of banana skins there. I mean, you could be on a lot of games on the night, and let's say Fama have lost their first game of the night, which we still don't know the result to.
Yeah, let us know.
Anything could have changed, and their confidence go down. When you're in a high vein of confidence, 3 games are easy, 8 ball. You're playing brilliantly. You lose one of those games, and it starts sinking in. It starts becoming that little seed of doubt in your mind. If you want my outside shout, 8 ball, if I've got any one of these teams who I'd be in their position, it'll be Fluminense. That's who I'd be in out of any of these. 100%. You've got 2 games to play. You've got 2 teams that obviously you can't take points off, but looking at the league table, not the hardest games to play, not the top of the table games. If I was in Fluminense, 2 points gets you over the team in first, and everyone else have to win all their games, 8 ball. I'm there, I'm taking it.
Yeah, and as we've discussed, Fama have got Regnum and FENERBACHE left to play already. So again, it's not a foregone conclusion. Erdogan Sillinger, of course he's in the chat this evening. He's spotted the Alte flag. It's only taken all season, so thank you very much for one person to spot it. It's up every single stream without fail. Takes pride and place. Digital now are getting into the lobby. They were the side that we were waiting for. No news on the Fama result, which is a shame, but we move. We can only do what we can do. I did have a little look, and they were already in the lobby ready for their second game, which was a pain, but As soon as we know, we'll let you guys know, but Digital Esports now flooding into their lobby, so we're just waiting for confirmation. Digital, yep, they say you can send away. Cruz is on the bench as we speak. He's just moving in. Let me see if I can get Fama.
Is there a keeper in? Oh, Cruz on the bench.
Who else? First game, we're looking for Fener as well. Confirmation, Famalicao win 3-0 in their first game. 3-0. We've got them back to back after this as well, so going in red hot.
That puts them there, right? Well, that puts them in third at the minute.
Yeah, they're moving on up as the song goes. Cruz still not in the game. There he goes. Moved across, and confirmation that the boys and possibly girls are going in, and we'll just leave it on that screen. FENERBACHE 2-2. Desmond in their first game.
Oh my!
That has scuppered their plans. That has.
Who they played first game 8 ball? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I have it on the screen, but it's the screen that we're all watching, so I can't move it. Exotic Gaming, 2 apiece. Banana skins for days. Banana skins for days. A couple of party poopers, it seems, this evening, Domino. And what a role to be able to play. If you can't win the league, stop someone else doing it. That is my motto.
Yeah, an 8 ball. You said someone else had drift later on, didn't you?
Possibly. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
There was one big team playing drift, and I was looking at the form of the table 8 ball. Drift have won 4, drew 1, and they're 16th at the minute. So I know someone's got them, and
Fama got drift right now as we speak. Let's go!
That's a banana skin. But we are here, 8 ball,
with
Fluminense and Digital, with the outside chance that Digital can win it, but Fluminense got everything to play for.
Come on, the boys! Here's Digital in the white. The famous white of Real Madrid, the Lily Whites, taking
famous white of Digital.
I was going to say that. Taking on Fluminense, who have had an absolutely fantastic season. Interesting routine from the restart from Cruz, but we move. Digital right to left, and it is Fluminense, second place Fluminense from left to right in the All Blacks. And they're wearing the All Blacks kit, New Zealand. Makes sense. Aragold slides it through to D the G. Gonzalo steps in, goes long, only finds Suso. Aragold again to Cav. And that's a beast of a header on 60 yards. Jeff picks up this time. Cameraman for this evening. Dresch into Sanjay. Cav's feet. It is 6s and 7s. The All Blacks get it clear.
All Blacks have their first scrum there, 8 ball.
Yeah, literally. It's coming back with Ilhan. Threatens to cross it. Everyone's moved out of the box, so he carries on. And good work so far. Again, to be fair, Domino, they are playing a part of That is Digital, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we're not going to win the trophy this season. Rage Aragold from 3 yards out, giving me an aneurysm.
Just didn't fancy pulling the trigger, 8 ball. Just did not fancy pulling the trigger.
It's been all Digital this first 12 minutes, and yeah, I wouldn't say they deserve a goal, Domino, because we're early doors so far, but the goal was beckoning, and Fluminense will be breathing a sigh of relief. Digital going for this, Domino. They've got a 4-man press here, 4 on 4 at the back. Fluminense at home as well, Domino. Under the cosh right now.
Yeah, they just looked a little bit shell-shocked here, 8 ball, and they're losing the ball in positions they really shouldn't. They've got more time than they think on the ball at the minute in these positions, but it's really good positioning from the Digital team, and when they get the ball, they're being so progressive with it. Look at that, 8 ball. Straight away, turned it, found a man, and then obviously couldn't get through, but I love how Digital are doing everything on the front foot here, and Fluminense is just trying to take a page out of their book.
Here we go, 4v4, Cav. Looking for his strike partner. Instead finds Rage, who will find his strike partner. It's the
no
same
one wants to shoot
again.
No one wants to shoot. April has their button broken. He might be offside. He might be offside.
We might need to get VAR on that one. That was close.
Start drawing the lines, please.
2 out of 2 chances for Digital, and you know what that means, Domino.
Oh, they're going to lose 4-0.
Fluminense gonna pop up with one here, but so far so good for Digital, and this is Digital, boys and girls. If you're looking for a very dramatic team to support, I would suggest Digital, because yeah, you never get the two halves the same.
No,
from range, big save from Cruz.
I like that Fluminense taking a page not out of Digital's book and taking shots on that straight touch.
D the G cuts back onto the right. Big tackle from Ricardinho. It's going to fall
through. Look what happens.
Look
what happens when you pull the trigger.
Look at that fresh trim as well from the gaffer. It fell back to him. He's just slapped circle on his PlayStation 5 controller and he's put his side 1-0 up. Fluminense will not want to see that one back.
Trim's nearly as fresh as mine.
Nearly.
But I tell you what, April, deserved 1-0 up. Digital have been absolutely fantastic. And here they are again, April. Here they are again. Players streaming in front of them. Just couldn't turn it back. Has got the ball, April. Fluminense do need to start making something happen, April, because they are getting outgunned in every position off the park, which is not something you'd see. But they've got a chance here to right that wrong. Ball comes across here, and just Brick balls April. Brick balls him. He's dragging himself out as well.
And brings it out. He's going to get it again. Tries to get it over Braga's head. Does so as well. Cav picks up good hold-up play from him. He's been a revelation this season. And here is Albo with the handbrake off. He can do what he wants from centre midfield. He comes back. He can do what he wants. He just chooses not to, okay?
Because he can do what he wants.
There we go. Gives it to Sanji. Over the top it goes. Headed down by Cav by Zina. Gee, that's massive save.
What save?
Wow, it wasn't offside as well. Mence with a humongous save from point blank range. I didn't think he had it in him.
No, April, that was unbelievable. Well placed, really good play again by Digital. Balls come across.
Backs against the wall for Fluminense at the moment. I don't think they would have had many games like this season, Domino. And
they've got to get to half time, April. They've got to get to half time.
I don't think Digital would have had many games like this as well this season. As great as they are, as fantastic football inside, everything is just going for them at the moment. And this is the curse of the commentator. Into the box it goes. Phoenix is unmarked. Huge save by Cruz. Humongous save, paying the favour back to Ment. And it's one apiece in terms of world-class saves from world-class goalkeepers, but it's still 1-0 to Digital as things stand.
Yeah, and 8 ball, that's very Digital-like of them going forward and getting
what a ball! Ball of the season to Cav. Can he finish? No, he can't.
He's held it.
And he held it as well. Domino, do you know what? Ray just picked the ball up 4 or 5 times so far in his 40 minutes, and he's just made things happen. That is the rage that we know. It's the rage we didn't see at the start of this season. And then he busts out that world-class pass, 70 yards on the deck, cuts out 3 players. Yeah, I was not expecting this, I must admit. I thought this was going to be boring 0-0, I can't lie.
No, and April, Digital here are treating us to what Digital can do. And we say it. This is the most consistent half I've seen Digital play in the nicest possible way. But again, Fluminense, the problem is, April, they're always dangerous. Digital can always be...
Digital are always dangerous.
Against
Digital. Ball's gone out, and there are 18 virtual seconds, just to dump this in the box. And if they can concede here, oh my god, there's 3 over. Young Gomez, Sanji basically clears off the line. It's not going to
away. They have an 8 ball.
Controversial, but we'll take it. Digital will take it. And half time, Domino. Do you know what? If Fluminense had scored there, that is everything I've ever believed in Digital. Just go and watch that 45 minutes, because you know I really like this Flumi side, and they've had such a good season, but Digital played them off the park. That first 44 minutes they battered them, to be quite honest, and I was not expecting that from this Fluminense side, who have got themselves into second place and have been there for the majority of the season as well. But it just shows you, for some reason, Digital have just turned this corner. It's psychological because they've got the same players. Nothing's changed. No formation changes. Same personnel. It was purely psychological. It's what we thought it was the whole time, Domino.
No, Abel, you're completely right. It's the same formation, same players, in the same positions they are. It's just the confidence that we knew. We said they can show it in spells, and the team that wins leagues and the team that wins games show consistency over a season, over a 90-minute period, and where Digital lacked. But the problem here, Abel, is Fluminense, at their absolute worst, is what I think they are at the minute, are only trailing by 1 goal. All they need to do, I wouldn't even say they're in first gear, April. I think they're in neutral. I think if they decide that they're just going to come out and start playing a bit more confidence and start getting a bit of rub of the green, they're only 1 goal down. Digital have not capitalised on that absolutely fantastic first half. They are only 1-0 up. And if Fluminense decide to come out and play, April, it could be all different.
I think it's been quite an apprehensive first half for Fluminense. They are playing like a side in with a shout for the title, and they've just been kind of waiting for this day, and they've come out quite nervous, and they're playing against a side who literally have nothing to lose here, and that's exactly how it's playing out at the moment. But like you said, Domino, I don't think they can bust out a worse performance than that first half. They weren't bad, but they were passive. They were bystanders because Digital were just so good. So I don't think we'll see that again for 2 reasons. 1, because Fluminense won't let it happen, and 2, because Digital I genuinely don't think can play that well in 2 halves. I don't think any side, I don't think we've seen in, since we've been doing this, Domino, in 4, 5, 6 seasons, we haven't seen a side have 2 world-class halves. It's very, very difficult to do in 11v11's pro clubs.
Absolutely. Well, everything gets you the knowledge and the confidence that you're 1-0 up and you've got to then protect a lead. You be a bit more passive. Anything can happen, and it could be a changing of anything, April, and you're completely right there. But Digital here, just holding ground. It's been a very more 50-50 second half. As great ball inside, well cut out, April.
Good ball in the end. Good ball in the end. And don't forget, I mean, it's not all just about the title, which of course it is mainly, but each of those positions up the league, Domino, gets the team more money, more prize money. So, whilst we're saying Digital is very unlikely they're going to win the trophy, mathematically I'm sure they can, but if they can finish second as opposed to 6th or 7th, the difference between that prize money, whilst I don't have it on me right now, both the facts or the money, it's still going to be massive for a side like this.
Yeah, absolutely, April.
Likewise with Flumi on the flip side as well. They don't want to finish. That is
that's a fantastic ball, April.
But that's Johnny, it's the gaffer, he's put it away! And that is exactly what we've been saying. It is the flick of the switch for Fluminense. But that's Johnny, the gaffer, puts his side level. 1 apiece. Digital shell shock.
Yeah, and April, it came from an absolute nothing burger. It came from the middle of the park, not picking up positions. The ball in behind was absolute killer. I thought the touch took him too wide, April. Thought it took him too wide, but then when he pulled that trigger, absolutely arrowed it in. But yeah, it was well won out, and then the ball was fantastic.
Good 1-2, edge of the box, gives it to Treshk, and a fantastic ball from Canella for that goal, by the way. Turned on it, sent through his cam. And it's the battle of 2 cams at the moment. Banas Johnny and Rage Aragol both having absolute stormers of games. But yeah, welcome to being a Digital supporters, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's like. Albo, who picked up a booking earlier. Suso's had a fantastic game. Looking for feet. Braga, great interception from him. Gonzalo, over the top it goes. Right wing, lots of space. If he can keep it in, he can. Young Gomez, who had that shot that was cleared off the line in the first half, actually. Let's not forget that. Wins the header, heads it down. Cruz was alert to it. Great goalkeeping from him. Goes long early doors. Rage, of course, he finds the pass. That man's red hot at the moment. D the G sends a man for half a Twix. He came back for the left one. Sanji. Quality from him. Cav into the box. Good block. Keepers committed.
Come a long way, April.
Never doubt that man. After that world-class save in the first half, never doubt that man.
No, absolutely not, April. But this is a dangerous position for Digital to be in. Like I said, that 1 goal, Fluminense got out of nowhere. The Bunsen burner will start be turning on here, April. Digital now just need to be very unlike Digital. Very resolute in what they do, composed in what they do, and make sure they kill the game off. That's fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
I would have done that all day long.
But I don't think a draw here suits either side, so I expect this last 14 minutes to be absolute fireworks, because a draw here is no good for either one, and they're just going to come out swinging, I think.
Yeah.
Final 30 seconds of a UFC fight. Let's just stand and bang.
I like it. Someone's pointing at the centre circle 8 ball, and we're going to go.
Here we go then. Who is going to swing first? Zambi on the overlap from centre back. Casually puts himself back at centre back. Ricardinho, good footing from him, wins it, keeps it, but Sanji there again. Massive performance from him. Ilhan in the back post. Oh, that's inches. That is inches. That is technique to an absolute T. But Sanji again.
Ball on the rise, slicing across it.
The CDMs in this game, Domino, it's so good to watch. All 4 of them just screening interception after interception. Ilhan, the man who almost put his side up, finds Calvin's feet. 2v2. Good ball too. D the G is going to wait for Rage to go past him. Doesn't use him. Decoyed him. Dreschk on the outside. Holds it up. Gives it to Albo, who's on a booking. Cuts inside. Good footwork from him. He's going to pick it up again. Here we go. Into D the G, trying to slide it through. He was
April, you've got to pull the trigger. You've got to pull the trigger.
It was cute.
They've only had 1 shot and it's gone in.
It was cute. It was cute, but not cute enough. Good defensive work from Fluminense, who...
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, they've not been at the races for a lot of this game, but like you said, Domino, they're still in it. I mean, it's 1 apiece, so they're a goal away from stealing all 3 points here. I do think it'll be a bit of a smash and grab. No, D the G, edge of the box. Ooh, thought about it. Braga foot in. Braga foot in again. Domino, these 2 CDMs.
It's just unfortunate. Here we go though. Like I said, it's chaos ball, 8 ball.
That's the centre back. That is the centre back, Domino. There he is, 3 men in the box. Cruz commits to it. Oh, what a save!
I tell you what, it's unbelievable. Cruz, 8 ball. It was the highest IQ. It paid off. Otherwise, I was going to say the guy was, that was the most.
Wow.
Yeah, saw the centre back have the ball, 8 ball. He decided, I'm just going to wander and give him the eyes. That was IQ, my 8 ball. That's how you finish the game. Jesus. What are we watching? That's 3D chess I'm watching.
I don't really, it's not very often I don't have anything to say, but Digital Esports, XG of 2.8, which is strange because they didn't have a bloody shot. Oh yeah, I mean, this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch Digital like we do, if Fluminense normally would have scored in that last kick of the game. That's normally what happens for Digital. I think on the grand scheme of things, I think a draw. I don't think either side can be too disheartened by a draw there. I think Digital did enough in that first half to go a couple of goals ahead. They didn't dominate in that second half. I thought the second half was quite fair. I thought it was quite 50-50. It was Flumi who got the goal, but then that final shot there, Domino, if that had gone in, yeah, I think the other teams around them, the Regnums, the Feners, the Famas, if Flumi had scored there, I think they would have been like, okay, we've got work to do here. Digital did them all a favour by holding that to a draw.
Oh, massively 8 ball. I mean, like I said, a draw suits no team in that position, and
yeah,
everyone else
does. Everyone else it does.
Exactly, and that's the 1 point then with 1 game left. And like we said, the magic number 8 ball is that 102 mark.
Confirmation. Famalicao 3, Drift Esports 0. Big points for Fama. Big points.
See the other games, 8 ball.
Yeah, here we go then. So that puts Fama on 101. So they cannot be caught for the win, or Digital can still go level on points with. Flumi picked up a point in the last game, and Regnum of course can overtake them with a win here. So it's all about this game, Dominic, and I think it's going to go all into that last game as well. Confirmation of the games we have remaining. Next up, Regnum versus Famalicao.
So who's out, April? Just speak to me really quickly. Who currently can't win it?
Unfortunately for me, Digital.
Digital can't win it.
For the win.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. That's it. We don't know
G-Mask still in the show?
We don't know what G-Mask's first result was. People haven't been putting the results in, so again, if you know that, I can try and find out. G-Mask are not streaming by the looks of things tonight. G-Mask.
That game came in a draw there, so they can't get onto their sport.
Yeah, it's going to be the two Fama games, I think, because Fama have got Regnum now, and if Regnum win, that dents Fama a lot.
Yeah.
And then we've got Fama Fener, who, again, Fener drew that first game, so it's all about what they did in that second game. Which, do we have... A lot of teams aren't streaming tonight, which is very, very naughty. I can't see a Fener stream. Team G-Mask won 4-0 in their first game, so not only did they pick up 3 massive points that takes them on to 99, they also added to that massive goal difference as well, which very may well come into play.
Yeah, they win their last game, obviously, then they go 2 points ahead of what, well, a point ahead of what Fama are currently on. Now, it's all on this game, April. If Fama needs to lose the next 2 games for G-Mask to win it, because if they draw a game and then lost, G-Mask wins it on goal difference. Regnum 8-ball. Since, I don't know, match day 14, Regnum have been top of this league. They have played the most games consistently throughout every single week, but they have been top for, I would say, over half the season.
And the rest, mate. And the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just check to see what Regnum are doing. Regnum just got the 1 game tonight. They're sat in the lobby ready to go. So let's head over to... I mean, take your pick. Who's got adverts on, who doesn't? Everyone's got adverts on. Kill me now. Crazy.
Madness, April. Madness.
Right, just waiting for that advert to bugger off. It's an advert for Revlon, so I won't bother putting it on your screens. Unless you do have long silky hair, which of course I can put it back up for you.
Just for you.
Let's put that screen on, because there's confirmation of the Famalicao side. That will be taken on league leaders. I guess, are they still league leaders? Famalicao, I mean, I'm going to get the up one more time. Famalicao would have overtaken them on goal difference. Has QPR and Patronus played yet? QPR and Patronus did not have a game tonight. I can confirm it's Tranmere and Patronus. No spoilers, you can go back and watch it, but they have played tonight. You probably won't guess the result though.
Yeah, go back, watch it, join us at this point.
Yeah.
And we'll take it from there. It's massive, April. I just keep thinking about it. I mean, sitting in that lobby now, for Fama, you'd be in that position, April. The confidence just will be flowing. 2 games, 3-0, 3-0. Like bowling balls, you're knocking them down. You're coming against the league leaders, not only in red hot form, not only with confidence, but you've been on and you've played 8-ball. Like, they're warmed up. They're as warm as they can possibly be. From Regnum jumping on, yes, they would have been professional. Regnum would have jumped in some friendlies, got the players on early, got warmed up, but it's nothing like the adrenaline that's pumping through the Fama veins at the minute.
No, totally agree. And if you ever need a side who's been there, done it, I mean, just look at some of these players. Like, I mean, to be fair, you could say that about both of these sides, because let me take you over into the Polga camp with Bodrum, and it's exactly the same over there. There's not much between these sides whatsoever, and I'll say it now at the risk of cursing him. A potential difference between these two sides is Luca and R1.
Mate, I was about to say, I mean, you look at position, you know how much of a fan of Bodrum I am, and you know how much of a fan I am of Festic. But as much as I'm a fan of Festic, you've got Dries there, 8-ball for Fama, who is the exact same demographic of player at the exact same standard. I'm not saying the strike force for Bodrum are not absolutely elite because they are 8-ball. Luca NR on his day, and we saw him on last stream 8-ball when they played for the cup final and they played illegal. That was the difference in that team. That guy, when he turns on 8-ball, I think there's very few players that are unstoppable on their day, and he falls into that bucket for me.
Couldn't agree more. Right, Domino, we have an updated league table, but as you can see, we are literally going into the game, so we're not going to have a chance to look at it, or are we? Or are we? I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. I'm not that quick. I don't want to risk it. I'm not missing anything from this game. I can't do it for the boys.
No.
Can confirm, Domino, I've sent it over to you, so you have eyes on it now, so you can probably read it off as we are loading into this game.
Right, we've got Fama. So they're on 48 games, and on 101 they're leading. Genie Mask 8-ball in second. 49 games played, but their goal difference is superior to Regnum, who are on the exact same points, 99, 49 played. Fluminense, obviously we just saw them draw, so they're on 49 games played and 98 points. For the win 8-ball are completely out of this one, 49 games, 97, and Fenerbahce 48. So they've got a game like Fenerbahce, Famalicao in hand, and they're on 97. So if they win that game in hand, in a joint level, they'll be in second place.
Got you.
I
assume everyone's keeping up with that, of course. We'll get that updated table over, don't worry.
8-ball. I'm pretty sure if Fama win this game, they win the league.
I don't think that's right. I do not think that's right.
I think it's right.
Here we go then. Let's pretend it's not. Let's pretend like we got a game on our hands. If you need to watch, there it is. But if you want to watch this game, it's Bodrum in the white and Fama in the bluish black, I think. Traditional Fama colours. Ball goes in, heads home. And it is Guy Jesus tonight, Domino, in net for Famalicao. Preferred over Edu Martins. Probably not preferred, it's the wrong choice. They take it in turns.
Yeah, I don't know how you pick which one there is, no. But...
I mean, he was on stream last time, Edu Martins, and Guy Jesus, so that would suggest they do 50-50. even at the LAN, they did 50-50.
They did, mate. Imagine having two keepers that dedicated to a cause. It's unbelievable.
I love it.
Yeah.
Imagine two commentators dedicated to the cause.
Exactly that.
Fired Luca's feet, turns on it, holds it up. He's got runners in behind, but Sand steps in, gives it away to Nashor, finds Luca. Festic's there, but he did have a tumble first.
We've seen Luca from these positions, 8-ball, and is that man that steps over the ball, is it going to be that absolute bullet to the keeper side, or is he going to try and trick them and go over the wall, 8-ball?
But he's the keeper side. He loves the keeper side.
He does. He trusts the ball in this position.
There, fires it against Romaninho's head, takes one for the team, bounces off his bonds over for a corner, and Famalicao continue the pressure. And you know fine well Luke will be disappointed in that as well. You just know it. Great ball in though. Tut takes it down the line it goes to the cameraman, the gaffer, talisman, Polga. Big switch. Guy loses it in the lights. Romaninho, that roaming CDM, he's made a brand new position up. I love it.
Yeah, I have never seen free-form CDM 8-ball, not once.
Yeah, why the hell not?
I like it.
We'll try and get his build for you guys. Festic, that's another man whose build we need.
Yeah.
Romaninho on this near side with Tut, tries to go past his man. It is NGK back there, who's moved out to left midfield in recent weeks, leaving Nuga to partner Luca NR1 up top. It's clearly been working for them. Cooler FX getting a game for Bodrum tonight, Domino. A big player. Big signing as well. Good work from him. Shaz down the line as well. Another player we're used to seeing. 2 Brits in the team tonight is what we like to see. Patriotic. Warren SG beats his man. Dreezy cuts it out, goes long. They know Luca can 50-50 any of these, make stuff work. Almost did there. Zinni, who again, a player in fine form. But Festic, doesn't matter about your form if Festic's playing. to Luca. He's had to drop very, very deep, and he goes very, very long. Foot chase is on. Chris Boras is still paying attention, don't worry.
Do you think it's really nervous for keepers? You see some of the ridiculous animation you've seen. When it comes to you that slow 8-ball, you're just like,
100%.
is it to happen? Am I going to dive on the ball?
It's the depth perception. It's never easy to call it on a television. I mean, I'm sure these guys have got more expensive televisions than I have. But if that had, let's say, for example, that had dropped 10 yards shorter, I think there would be question marks, because it's just the nerves, Domino. It's just, it doesn't matter if you've been here before, like a lot of these players have. The stakes are absolutely massive right now. Polga stabs it into the back post, headed down by Tut. Cleared by Gonzalo, but it's not going to go out. The white shirts of Bodrum keep it alive. Taziak with that ginger afro. Again, they're looking for Luca. Missing out Nashor at the moment, which I think is detrimental to their cause. Shaz does well, wins it back. Nice. Romanino, good 1-2. Puts his foot on it, looks to the back post. Warren SG.
Oh my.
Oh, I tell you what, Domino, the defender's done well to not run into the ball. He ran into the post instead, but it saved his team an accidental own goal. And again, good work, good pressure from Bodrum in the last 10-15 minutes has been all them. After a good start from Fama as well. Taziak loses out to Romanino. Stocks has got space. Falls to Shaz. It's gone through the legs of the goalkeeper. And here we go. First blood to top of the league. Bodrum 1-0. Stocks had the space, but it fell to the man at the back post, and he's fired it through the legs of the goalkeeper. The animation did him a bit dirty, but fair play to the man for taking it on. I think it was Shaz at the back post, Domino.
Yeah, 8-ball. I'm not calling who it was at the back post. I'm looking at the play from Bodrum 8-ball, and it's that sinking pressure. Every time they lost it, they won it high up the pitch. It was absolutely fantastic.
Bullet
to... Wow. Oh, 8-ball. It's very, very, very tight. But, I mean, count Fama out if you want, 8-ball. We've seen them play against illegal in the last stream. We know what they're capable of. Bodrum still have a lot of work to do here.
It's gonna send shockwaves through the rest of the league. I think this is the one result, a Bodrum win, which just completely opens up this title race. Anything other than that, I think it's still in Fama's hands, but a win here for Bodrum really starts to derail Fama's claim to this trophy, which it's a trophy they know all so well about, former champions themselves, but again.
No, I think you could call me on my maths after, but I am pretty sure it's right. If Fama win this, they go on 104 points. There's no one else that can get to 104.
Even Fena?
Fena are on 97.
No, you might be right then. Shaz,
so it is
who we think is the goal scorer. Into Warren SG. Tut, good tackle by NGK, very deep for him. And Fama just camped in their own half at the moment, but they do have that front three that can cause problems, but so far no change out of this Bodrum back line. A point to note as well that Fama are away from home. Here is the goal scorer. Shaz breaks through the defense into the box, turns, step over. Joe Burrows does well, gives it to Zinni. And yeah, all these forward players, Domo, like your likes of NGK, like Zinni, so far back, they're being penned back in because Bodrum are playing so well, but also playing so positively.
Yeah, 8-ball, it's hard. Like I said, if I was in this game, it's a bag of nerves. This Bodrum team showing why they have been there for this long, 8-ball. They've come out with the Fama team in the best form on 2 games on the bounce, and they have put on an unbelievable first half. And what we know from Bodrum, 8-ball, out of that top 6, they've lost the least games. They've only lost 6. No one else has any lost fewer than that. So they're a very, very hard team to beat. Fama 8-ball, if you're in that dressing room right now, 1 goal down with the league title on the line on this game, what are you saying?
I'm saying don't panic. A bit like Fluminense in the last game, I don't think they can play any worse. We've just seen the possession stats there, 65% for Bodrum. And it's not because Fama are playing bad. Of course they're not. They're just passive. And I think they're missing out Nashor a lot. And he's dropped into that kind of centre midfielder role at the moment, which I think they miss him when he's in camp, because he's, again, a bit like Polga. He's one of the best cams in the world. By him not playing in cam, he steps off Festic a little bit, which I think might be one of the reasons, but there he is there, Festic just winning the ball back. And it's almost like Bodrum, tactically at the moment, it suits Bodrum a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, they're at home as well, that could be playing into their hands, but tactically, with that Festic and Polga combination of, you know, arguably the top 1, 2, 3 in the position in the world is what Bodrum have got.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to, you know, how do you come up against a side like that? How do you set yourself up? And then they chuck a wild card in there like Romaninho as well. So I don't know how I'd face against this team. I know it'd be 7 or 8-0 down by now, but for Fama, I think it's a case of you either back Nayshaw against Festic or you miss that midfield out, which, to be fair, I think sometimes they've done.
Yeah, and it's just that ability to get to this man, get it to Luca at their earliest opportunity and see what he could do. Great turnout, and he just couldn't find the space through. It is like that white wall 8 ball at the back. Every time they get faced with it, it just comes rebounded out. But it's that man again, Luca on the ball, just picking passes, picking runs through 8 ball. It's the difference maker. I tell you, it's the difference maker. You just give that man an opportunity, and that's what he does. Big occasion, any occasion. 8 ball, came out of nowhere.
It wasn't even an opportunity, it was half an opportunity. And he's absolutely hammered it home off the crossbar. And Dominic, I was going to say, I think this Bodrum defence is very underrated. You know, the likes of Barzinho and San, I think all season, and I know Cooler's just stepped into the fray now, and we know he's a quality player, but I think they're underrated because nobody's going out and talking about them. But what can you do about things like that? There's nothing. I'm telling you the answer. There's nothing you can do. If Luca decides he's going to score big,
what a save,
fist away from Guy Jesus. If Luca says he's going to score, then I'm sorry, there's not really much you can do about it. And that was 100% one of those times. And yeah, fair play to Chris Boras for diving for it, because I wouldn't even have had the reflexes to know it had gone past me yet. So fair play. Game on. They've
not been at the races this whole game. But again, Regnum are fighting for their season here. And it needs to be all or nothing for them. They need to get this back. Because again, the draw does absolutely nothing for them.
It does nothing for Regnum, for sure.
No.
Fama, however, keeps him in the driving seat, I would imagine. NGK, Shaz tries to go home, but so used to defended it.
VPG 8 ball are in the chat, community noting me.
Yeah, well, you need it. Trusting you to do maths was not our best move.
I want them to see where my logic goes wrong. It puts them on 104. Who else can get to 104? VPG, community note me, bro. Come at me.
Big save from Chris Boras in the meantime. There, 66 minutes gone, 1 apiece. Not the title decider yet, but it has the potential, so says Domino. Here he goes then. It may very well be mathematics time, because Famalicao have turned this game on its head. Gonzalo, who has been world-class all season. I called in the VPG Van Dijk last night in the chat, and he has just gone and proved it. They have just absolutely turned this game on its head, and that is what world-class teams do, Domino.
8 ball. And it was there. When the ball got crossed in, I saw him have that free header. You don't give a player like that kind of time, and Luca does what Luca does best.
A goal and an assist.
Regnum look a little bit shell-shocked here, 8 ball. There's a lot to do. We've got 20 virtual minutes to do it. It's going to be a hard task for Luca here, being very, very... He'd upset me a lot playing against him, 8 ball. He'd upset me a lot.
Yeah, I'd go through a lot of controllers playing against that man. Nayshaw on this near side. Good bit of skill. Cuts it back to Zinni. Taziak finds Nuga. Oh, I don't even know what happened there. I think Tuk got a block in from behind. Someone's fallen into the net. Nuga needs to be picked up. He's picked up now, but a goal out of nothing and a goal from a set piece. Regnum are not going to be happy with how this game has turned on its head, but they can't sit there and dwell on it. They need to get back into those top gears. They need to get back into 3rd, 4th, 5th gear, because at the moment Fama are doing to Regnum what Regnum did to Fama with some world-class play. Finds Nuga's feet, can't keep it in, and they're just getting absolutely boxed in right now. It's good to watch if you're a Fama fan.
Absolutely, yeah, but you'd rather this end of the pitch than the other end of the pitch. And again, anytime Luca's on the ball, dead ball at his feet, you know there's trouble awaiting, and can Gonzalez get free again? It looks like there's 3 people on the front post here. Does come into the middle. Well, that was good composure. Very, very good composure.
13 minutes then. The rest of the league will be watching this as they're playing. They'll have it on in the background. They'll have just the audio on, unless they're watching us, which I'm sure they've got the audio turned down. But they'll be praying for a Bodrum goal, Domino. 12 minutes to do it. And to be honest, in the first half, if you'd told me that Fama would be 2-1 up at this point, I would have given you good odds on it, and that might go through to a Bodrum shirt. Gonzalo was there, showing he can do it in both boxes. 10 minutes to go. Corner for Bodrum. Only 4 shirts, 5 white shirts in the box. Not chucking the kitchen sink at it just yet. Taking his sweet time. I'm not sure they have too much of that. Warren SG fires it in. Troyer with the initial clearance. Luca gets there. Nayshaw holds it up. We're going to see a bit of game management, or are we going to see a world-class ball? We see the latter. Luca slides it through, can't connect with Taziak. Tut there, does well, beats his man, goes long. We might see this now from this Bodrum side. Yeah, absolutely. Here goes San, and they're giving that. That's a very, very soft free kick. And Fama are going to be in no rush to take this free kick on the halfway line. Yeah, exactly. All the way back to Guy Jesus. And we restart from the back line of Fama. Troyer goes long, switches play. Risky ball, because there's Tuck. Warren SG to the man with a plan. Polga beats his man with consummate ease. Swings it in, gets ahead of him, and that Shaz already got one to his name, we think. Heads it over, but again, Polga just causing trouble over on that
same
far
like Luke
side.
Great Ball. If you need that key to unlock a defence, it goes to those kind of players. Polga has been absolutely fantastic this game 8 ball. Every time he's picked up the ball, he's caused something. He's caused some danger. They need to get him on the ball a little bit more, and they can't lose the ball there 8 ball. I don't know who's streaming. Oh, there you go. Okay, I thought we were going to do heights then, but here we go 8 ball. Last 1 virtual minute of normal time here. And it's just going to be taken. It's just going to be taken down.
Management central right now. They do lose out, but they get a throw, and they'll take that 3 minutes of stoppage time. When do you ever see 3 minutes of stoppage time? Was there an injury we didn't know about?
It's impressive.
They're Bodrum fans.
Oh, 8 ball.
E3. I mean, they've killed off a minute of that time already. Here we go then. Last throw of the dice. Give it to this man.
Yes, that's where it's got to go. It's got to go to this man.
Good feet from
it's got to go to this man. He just can't do it from there, 8 ball. There was nothing happening in front of him.
Yeah,
you have got runners.
You need to clone him. You need multiple of that man.
They've still got a chance here, 8 ball. It's gone wide. There's people in the box. It's got to come swinging in. It has. It's been cleared. Have they got enough time to recycle it? It looks like they have. Can they clear this?
Game, set, out, match. There we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Confirmation of Bodrum season is over and done with. That's how quickly it is. That's how quick these things are a big deal. These things are a big deal, and we saw the passion there, Domino, and we saw the rage.
Madness, April. It's gone. It's off. It's done. I need you to have a look at the league table. I need someone to look at the table and tell me if I'm wrong. I put it as 104 uncatchable.
Right. Let me have a little look at this. I'll do it, chat. I'll do it. Don't worry. I got this.
You do it. Just Abel does have to double check my work every single time. To be fair.
Right then, over we go to the supercomputer. It is Fama on 104 points. GMAS can't catch him. Regnum can't catch him. Fluminense can't catch him. For the Win can't catch him. Fener cannot catch them. Digital, if I paid off Delosa enough money, could catch them. But I don't have enough for that many points. That is confirmation of Domino. Famalicao, champions of the VPG Esports Premier, with a game to spare. It doesn't matter what Fener are going to do in that game. I mean, to be fair, it does matter what they're going to do, because they could very well get second place. And I'm sure if you're not going to come first, you might as well come second. So we will stick around. We will watch that. And yeah, we'll get to enjoy that without the pressures of doing supercomputer stuff, Domino. How about that?
2 questions, 8 ball. 2 questions now for you. First question: does Fenerbahce have to do a guard of honor for Famalicao?
Even if they had to, I don't think you would. I don't think you would be able to get 11 individual players to be able to do that.
Okay, I was just wondering. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, 8 ball. It's a double, obviously, for Fama. That's the cup and the league. I don't know how they've done in their respective national league. But 8 ball. Luca's performance in the cup final, Luca's performance in that nail-biting game, 8 ball. Is that the Ballon d'Or?
He cements himself.
8 ball, is that the Ballon d'Or? I can't. He's had 10 players behind him that have been fantastic all season. No one person can win the game, 8 ball. But you go and look at the illegal game, and you go look at this game. They were dead on their feet, 8 ball. They were out of that game. Regnum were absolutely all over them. Luca picked up the ball and created magic out of absolutely nowhere, and all of a sudden started changing, started getting a bit more joy. It all came from that catalyst, mate. I've said it and I've said it again, 8 ball. There's very, very few players I put in the category alongside Luca. Unbelievable.
We kind of knew that anyway, didn't we? I mean, it's lazy journalism, but it's always nice to have it confirmed, and that's exactly what Luca did now. And to tell you what, Domino, if we were ever going to get a game for champions of VPG Esports Premier side, it might as well be now, because it's going to be a dead rubber. We're going to stick around and watch it anyway, because it's 2 fantastic sides. Fenerbahce have a lot to play for. They've got second place to play for, which I'm sure, again, like we said earlier on in the night, with the prize money going up and down the league, if they can finish second, then of course they're going to want to finish as high up as possible. But tell you what, Domino, I'll drop a message to Nashor, Johnny, Luca et al, and we'll see if we can squeeze us in for the last game, maybe.
Yeah. 8 ball, get him a message and tell us, can we play? Because I want a winner's medal. I think I deserve it. I think we deserve it. From all the work we've done, 8 ball, I think we deserve a winner's medal.
Let's go across to the team sheets for this evening. It has now become a formality, because Fama, if you just missed it, have lifted the trophy. I think they were probably favourites, because they had so many games to go, but there was always that can they beat the teams around them, and they've managed to do it without having to take maximum points off Fenerbahce. And I think Fener on the last day of the season was always going to be your most difficult. I think the Regnum game is the Regnum game. Yeah. If they draw that, it's still in their hands. They just need to beat Fener. But with Fener being that last game of the season, I think the Fama boys last night, going to bed in their Fama pajamas, would have dreamt it to be they win the league playing against Regnum, and they don't need to get a result against Fener, because I think that's a very difficult situation to be in, because this Fener side is that front three of Fener, as we can see on the screen. They're dangerous, and Fama have got Luca up front. Fener have got 3 similar players of similar caliber. So, yeah, I think it's a good conclusion for Fama, and I think they're glad that they're not playing for anything right now. And Fener, on the other hand, I think that, in the grand scheme of things, if they're not going to win the title, they're happy that Fama aren't playing their their souls out at the moment and can possibly secure second place.
Yeah, I don't know if you've got any of the information of how they got on in their last game, Fener, because that'll obviously show if they're in the conversation for second, which I imagine they should be anyway, but it depends where they finish their last game. Because we had Fenerbahce on... Oh, that's the wrong table there. So yeah, we had Fenerbahce on... 97. So if they won, obviously they'd take up to 100, which certifies them second anyway.
Well, no, the GMAS had another
Oh, it depends how, yeah, every other team go, yeah.
Fenerbahce won 5-2 in that game as well, so they added to their goal tally on the back of the 3 points. Sadly missed that one, but of course, nowhere we'd rather be right now than with the champions. Newly crowned champions, Famalicao, took it all the way to the last day of the season. Good for drama, but yeah, formality in this last game.
I know, April, and to be fair, it's the run that they had. The run that they had on the last couple of games with REGNUM, with the teams around them, and managing to pick up each win. So 3 wins on a bounce in this league is hard enough on any normal day, April. Yeah. When it's the most pressurised you can be, to do that when the spotlight's on you shows real character. But obviously, you know, these Fama boys don't step away from the limelight. They walk into the limelight, and yeah, they deserve this last game, April, because they always had it in the back of the head, and we always had it in the back of the head, although they sat 8th, 7th around that table. They did play 5-6 games less than everyone else. We always said we'd rather the points on the board, but Fama knew what Fama can do, 8-ball, and they've gone an absolute crusade to get to this, and fair play to them.
Yeah, just going through a chat now. Charlie missed the game. Charlie, how did you miss that? Wants us to watch some League 4 teams play next season. We do 2 lots of cup games every single week, so why the hell not, Charlie? Just drop us a line, try and get you guys in. Is Erpan playing at Fenerbahce? Confirmed, there it is, playing as central striker tonight up front with LR Season and Warren Beast. That front three has been... It's been a bit of a game changer for Fenerbahce in this last 3-4 weeks of the season, and it has coincided with them firing their way up the table. So again, expect some fireworks from those guys tonight. Brecht has come in, so a swap there. Edu Martins has come in place of Guy Jesus. So good to see them moving their squad around. Fama.
We were next in the queue. Under 18s, under 18s. Get the training team in.
We were next in the queue. I heard Domino.
Yeah, exactly that, April.
Right then, like we said, this game it's a nice game to finish on actually, because it's been strictly business all night, and I've been on high alert all night. PATRONUS Tranmere Cup final, of course, Cup final. Techi, edgy, anything but from Tranmere, to be quite frank. And then Fluminense Digital. Yeah, seeing 2 sides of digital once again, that was a nice little reminder. But yeah, the key story, Fama went on a tear throughout the rest of the night. 8:30 win, 8:45 win, and that 9:15 game against league leaders, and they have been league leaders now for 4 or 5 weeks. Disappointing end to their season in terms of not lifting silverware, of course, but you know, REGNUM finished 4th last season, led for most of the season. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but also
it is, April, it is.
You know, like we said, they brought in some world-class players. They're already adding to their world-class side. They're a signing or 2 away from lifting this next season, and I think that is the pre-season shout. That's what it has to be from Polgar and his boys, is, you know, look how close we came. And I think the form last week was the only thing that let them down. And, you know, you live and you learn in life in general, but in terms of pro clubs, Domino, they're not going to do that again next season if they get into a similar position at all. So take it on the chin. They're going to learn from that and do what they can to put themselves back into a similar position next season. And then they've got the players who have been there, done that. They know what to do. They know what they need to do. Whereas I think that maybe that was the difference tonight, Domino. They've got the the likes of Luca, they got the likes of Nashor, Dreezy, Guy Jesus, Gonzalo. They all know what they're doing. They've all been there before. They've all been involved in it. And, you know, don't forget, it was Fenerbahce who beat Famalicao 2-3 seasons ago on the last game of the season. So I think Fama that season, they either finished on 103 points or everyone finished on like 111 points. Three sides finished on equal points, one of those being Fama. So I think they finished like second or third with that amount of points. And it just goes to show the difference in that mentality, because a lot of those, I'm going to say 90% of those players are still in that Fama squad now. And you know, they've learned from that, and I think that was ultimately the difference, I think.
And to be fair, that's dead on Abel. The only way you can get better or grow is being in those positions and tasting what happens if it doesn't work out. And Fama have been there. They've been where Regnum are right now. On the last day of the season, there's a lot of hard work put in for the numerous weeks, the Mondays, the Tuesdays, the Thursdays, April. It is a heavy schedule here at VPG, and it's not for the faint-hearted. And they've gone through that whole season, and they're going to be looking like that time, that effort, that energy was wasted. But it definitely wasn't. They've learned more from this loss than they would have if they won the title here. It'll build them as characters, and next season, again, those pressure situations when they come into it again, they know what they're expecting. Fama just has been there and done it before the 8 ball, and like you said, I do think that was a huge difference.
Yep, 100%. And again, if you had said that to Fama at the time, they probably would have told you where to go, and I don't blame them. And I'm sure Polgar and the boys would, you know, if they're watching this, will probably be telling us the exact same. But in weeks to come, in months to come, I think that experience, you know, even if the boys don't stay at Regnum, you know, I think wherever you take that experience, it doesn't matter, you know, even if we're looking at the likes of Shaz and Kula, who stepped in the last minute, you know, even if they go to different clubs, and even if they're playing in different leagues like UK League, for example, they can take that into those leagues as well and have that experience now, because not many players in those domestic leagues have that experience of being involved in VPG Esports Premier title run, and it's just massive for all 7 of those teams involved. And you know, even Empire up until, you know, Thursday night were in it as well. So we had 8 teams effectively vying for one title. So unfortunately 7 of them had to lose, and those 7 are not Famalicao, because like you said, Domino, they've turned up this evening and chosen violence, and they just can't stop winning.
And it is their swan song, the last game of the season. I mean, it's better than nothing, 8 ball. I'd always say you're winning on the last game of the season, and you at least can play this game with a little bit of joy, with a little bit of happiness. I mean, they're serial winners, 8 ball. They want to go here and win again, don't get me wrong, and put the complete icing on that, so there is no gap between them and second place. But it's nice to be playing this game. If I was Fama, this is the kind of game I would look forward to all season. Being champions and then just playing that game, knowing that you've won it, and what a win it was.
Absolutely. Yes, we can confirm Famalicao are champions. VPG Esports champions. We are just waiting for them to go into this last game. I'm gonna query whether we've got an updated league table just to check for that second place.
Why?
Because I want to know whether Fener can get second place or not.
Oh yeah, okay. So
is that all right with you, Domino? Is that okay?
I thought you said they won.
Well, yeah, I want to see the league table.
Okay.
Shall I leave it? Shall I leave it?
No, you do you.
How rude. Right. Give me a moment. I mean, we can see what's going on our screen anyway. So
I thought you meant there was going to be a miscount somewhere, and I was like, hold up.
No, I would never question your maths, Domino.
You questioned it 3 times on the same game.
I did. In my defense, I had not seen the league table, so I was just going.
And to be fair,
I was going by
in your
form.
in your defense, I was rattling off numbers to you, which is very, very weird.
Right, can confirm. It is Team G Mask second place currently with 102 points. for the win on 100 points in 3rd place. And it is Fenerbahce in 4th place currently. A win here would see them go to 2nd, above Team G Mask and above For the Win. A draw takes them to 3rd, above For the Win, and a loss does absolutely nothing. But that defeat, Domino, for Regnum, and this is maybe why we got the quick switch off that we did, takes them down to 6th place.
Wow.
So not only are they not lifting titles, but losing quite a bit of prize money as well, I would imagine.
April, have you ever seen a league table where on the last week of a league you go in first and there's a potential of you finishing 6th?
That was their last game of the season. That was Regnum's only game tonight. They logged on to play that game, and it made them drop 6 points. It's just not logged on.
Oh, that's cruel, April. That is so cruel.
Yeah, they finished 1 goal difference behind Fluminense. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, wild. And it looks like we have some connection issues here, April, as well.
I mean, yeah, it's coming up to past my bedtime, so quite clearly. I mean, Fama don't really mind if this game doesn't get played, in total honesty, but Fener, they won 3 points here. That's what I was trying to check for. I was trying to see how much this game meant to Fener. It's not a dead rubber. It's not usual proceedings. Fener have got a massive chance here to up their prize money this season. And
where are Fenerbahce sitting right now in the table? 4th, okay.
Yeah, 3 goal difference behind For the Win, who, by the way, are either going to finish 3rd or 4th, which is absolutely massive for them. And Team G Mask 2nd, finished on plus 70 goal difference, Domino.
That's wild. That's not winning the league in 70 goal difference is absolutely wild. They just had a weird mid-drift, April. And actually, you're telling me something. When I was telling you on the stream, April, there's a bracket I put Luca in. I think, again, we're going off topic, but Rayo's that same bracket, April, where you put him in. 100%. That's a great.
I love Rayo and I love G Mask. I loved a lot of them, but the timing of that just did not suit at all. And you know what, we don't know the ins and outs of it, so we can't really speak about it. But for any side, losing their talisman, let alone a player of Rayo's quality, yeah. I mean, and they still only finished 2 points behind Famalicao as well, so it just goes to show how good the rest of the side are. Speaking of how good sides are, here come champions.
Have they all changed the blue hair, April? Because I think that might be a thing.
Brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. Doesn't help us trying to decipher who these players are, but
no, I mean, I would have gone gold, but blue's a colour fair play to them?
Blue for Fama, I guess. Unfortunately for them, Fenerbahce have chosen their away kit today, and that is also blue. So here's Epan, tries to slide it through to who I'm assuming is LR Season. Here is Epan again, breaks into the box, holds off his man, but Gonzalo wins that battle, and Epan wins a corner. Early ball, Gonzalo's there again. Told you, VPG Van Dijk. Ryad finds Warren Beast. Good feet from him. Skips past his man. Could have gone down. Too honest. And here we go. 2v3. Luca.
It's Gonzalo or Fenomeno for me, Abel. If you're going to put me in the Van Dijk category.
Yeah, both. One's Van, one's Dijk. I think you'd rather prefer to be Van, wouldn't you?
I'm about to say, Abel. I mean, pause.
Switch of corner taker. It looks like it's going to be Nashot. I mean, they all look the same now. They've got blue hair, but the complete opposite of Fener's is Luca to swing it in. Berisha, maybe they should have given it to Nashot. Goes long, does Berisha. We know that's a weapon in the arsenal of Fenerbahce, that long diagonal out to that far side. Tico Beast, good feet from him, wins it back. Uis is in the chat. I hope you are having an okay rest of the evening.
Yeah, it's a hard one, Uis. We know we love you. a hard one to take, but you look like in good spirits, so I'm happy you're here.
From a personal point of view, I thought you were the best Patronus player, so... We don't have a trophy for that, unfortunately. Or any prize money. Taziak. Riot wins that. It will be a throw-in deep in the Fenerbahce half for newly crowned champions Famalicao. Done it with poise, now doing it with Fama. And all sporting blue haircuts. I wonder how long that would have taken me to realise, Domino.
Yeah, you would have done it when I think the corner was happening. You're like, oh, who's in blue hair? And like,
Sure.
they're all in blue hair. I think the corner would have done it, but I saw Luca pick up the ball. I was like, oh, Luca's got blue hair. That's really different. And then I can't think of anyone else. So
I heard they're all just big Marge Simpson fans.
I heard that as well, April. That is a rumour that is floating by the pro clubs community that does need to be resolved at some point.
Don't forget, a massive game this for Fenerbahce, by the way. If they can win this, they do go into second place, up from fourth. So, lots at hand for them. Evening, Kigis. You've missed a lot of the action so far, but thanks for swinging by in the latter stages. Ryad, big overlap from him, but NGK tracking back from midfield. Slotting in that left-hand side of midfield like he was born there, Domino. Right, it's getting up a lot. Here's Cruyff. Tico Beast. The Beast brothers both playing tonight for this Fenerbahce side. Edu Martins back in goal. Pings it along the floor to Luca's feet and hands it straight back. Yeah, Edu Martins in for Guy Jesus, who we did see in the last game. Men up, but Taziak pinches the pocket of Epan. Dreezy to Zinni. He's had a quiet night, but his team's just won the league, so I don't think he cares.
And to be fair, Dreezy is again one of those players that sometimes you won't say his name often on the stream, Abel, but the positioning of that guy, just he'll stop that easy pass coming in, and they're going to have to try something quite expensive. Epan, great work.
Well, I'll let you into a little secret, Dom. I spent all of my Sunday night, this is how rock star lifestyle I've got, clipping Dreezy and Guy Jesus. So I watched a lot of that man recently. Oh my Christ, Tico Beast.
Clip it, April. Clip it. Clip it, April. Clip it.
There's me talking about Famalicao, and Tico Beast steps up and fires one home from 20 yards. Puts his side a goal to the good, and Famalicao, whilst they don't need anything from this game, they look quite angry about that. So off they go on the attack.
And what I'm going to say to them is the last 3 times we've had Fama on the channel, they've gone down 1-0.
Yeah.
And
they don't like it. They don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. They're really friendly until you score against them.
They should try playing for one of our sides. Edge of the box. Good save by Berisha. Tips around the post. Good effort from who I think was Nashor. Again, very difficult to find who is who. It was number 88. Luca with the corner then. 36 minutes, a goal down. And that is overhead kick for the ages. I tell you what, Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime would have been happy with that one, and that's the centre back. Didn't know he had the facilities for that, I'm not gonna lie.
It does what he wants.
Big man as well. Ryan swings it in, great ball, gets across, heads it down to Epan, hits the post, and the rebound. Again,
that shot,
Edu Martins.
That shot left his foot, and it might have had 3 bounces for the keeper. How was it so slow?
Good position though. He still needed to be there. Great position.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the rebound off the post, but again, Fenerbahce dangerous in these final areas. Do not underestimate these boys. Big save again from Edu Martins. And
this will be annoying me if I'm Fam ball. I'll be getting more wound up. I'm like, look, boys, we're champions. Like, come on.
But they need to do something about it, because if they'd gone 2-0 down there, that's a big ask against a big side. Fenerbahce are away from home as well. NGK showing a clean set of heels to his man. Cuts back. Can he get one before half-time? Tico Beast, the goal scorer, says no. And our Season's back there doing his defensive duties. You don't see that very often. I'll tell you that for nothing. Swings in, edge of the box. NGK takes it down on the thigh. Beats his man. There's an advert for a watch, and there we go.
That watch is very popular. It's very overpriced at $199, but that's the end of the half.
4.5 star. Unfortunately, I don't want to do advertising for Amazon, so I'll take it off the screen. 1-0 it is to, well, current second place, Fenerbahce, Domino. They will not mind that one bit. And to be quite frank, they've looked the more likely scoring next and doubling that lead.
Yeah, 8-4. I don't know. It's an adrenaline dump that you got from Fama, and you'd imagine they'd have been buzzing around their living rooms or their games rooms, 8-ball. After that, it's hard to sit back down after all that built-up tension has just finally been released and be like, look, we've won the league. And it kind of looked like that performance there, that first half. Now, I think it sunk in a little bit that they're proud people, 8-ball. They're not going to be played off the pitch. And if I'm honest, again, Fenerbahce have a lot to play for, and they have played them off the pitch defensively, offensively. They were fantastic. I think Fenerbahce would not like to end this evening with a blemish on their record. 4 for 4 for the title sounds fantastic, and it rhymes. So I reckon they're going to get back into this 8-ball.
Here we go then, the final 45 minutes of the night, of the season. Yeah. We're going to go into hibernation when this is over, but for the next 45 minutes, we are here with you.
I told you.
It's like we know what we're talking about. I'll take the credit for Domino's wise words, but just like that, NGK headers from the back post. One apiece to, I'm going to say one apiece to the champions. A response from the champions, Famalicao.
And well, who's putting that ball in? Who's putting that ball in that cross? It's that man again, 8-ball. Just give him the Ballon d'Or now, and then yeah, we'll work out the rest later.
Domino's giving Ballon d'Ors out like they're going out of fashion.
Oh mate, yeah, he's got 2. He's got 2 from one season. Work that out. Unbelievable.
2 in one night. Capo looks to stab it in. Who won the E-Prem? Famalicao, champions elect. If Fenerbahce win this, they do get to within a point of them, but there are no more games left to play. We were, as a neutral, hoping this might be for the championship, but Fenerbahce, banana skin in their first game. Famalicao, no such problems. Headed down nicely from Luca to Zinni.
We do have to talk about this, April. There has to be a conversation. I know it's 1-1 at the minute, and we can discuss it at the end. But Fenerbahce, the difference from last season to this season, worlds apart.
I mean, to be fair, they had a full team overhaul.
Yeah.
So,
but they didn't have a bad team anyway. April.
No, they didn't.
They still had a strong team.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Luca, edge of the box, slides it through to Nuga. Muki made the initial tackle, but here's the goal scorer, goes near post. Berisha, massive save, world-class goalkeeper, near post, tips it round for another corner. Taking their sweet time with this, as they like to do. Saw them score in that game against Regnum, and not going to get change out of this one, although Nayshaw on the rebound, edge of the box to Gonzalo. It's the centre-back popped up for the second game in a row. This man has the gift of goal scoring, and just like the game against Bodrum, puts his side 2-1 up after being a goal down. Is that their secret? Is that their tactic, Domino? Make them angry.
Well, I think that might be it. I think the only time you have to score against them is on the 90th minute.
Yeah, and they can't respond. Here is LR Seasons and Edu Martins. He ends up behind the goal because the goalkeeper nicked it off him. And yeah, I mean, it's end to end at the moment, which is fantastic. It's kind of what we were hoping because, you know, while Fener don't need a win here per se, they would like a win, but Fama definitely know.
Oh my.
They're showboating now. What I was going to say is Fama don't need the win, so we could have either had two sides that didn't care that much, or one side in Fama that didn't care all that much. But wow, that is not what we are seeing here.
No, and in the nicest way, Abel, everyone's got that form of ego on them. And if you're like, yes, we won the league, we're playing, it doesn't really matter what the result is. You're playing in the game, you're losing. No one's turning up here to lose, Abel, ever.
No, agreed. Warren B stabs it goalwards, and again, Another snapshot, which we know goalkeepers struggle with, but off target, which they don't struggle with. Long ball, trying to get change out of it. Cruyff picks it up, gives it to Capone, slides it through to LR Season. Good football from Fener, but Taziak is there, playing a little bit higher up than he's usually used to as well. Did that last night as well. Looked really, really good. He's had to trade in his ginger afro though. Of course, spotting the blue now. Ball comes in, headed down. Epan shot block. Will be a corner to Fener. Again, we're used to seeing these coming in early doors. Now they're taking their time. There's 6 blue shirts in the box. Can they find one? No, they can't. You can find a blue head though. LR Season tricks his way into the box. Stab goalwards. A massive save.
Fantastic. What a save that is able.
Save. Pure reactions. I do not possess those reactions. Back post is on. Back post was on again. Dreezy this time gets his face in the way, rubs his face afterwards. Fenerbahce turning on the pressure here. A win takes them into 2nd place, up from 4th. A draw. Interesting. A draw, he says. A draw. That's the wrong table. A draw, you just have to wait and see. Mookie.
I like it.
Epan. Good feet from him. Dreezy, though, back there. Again, it's when you get through one part of this Fama side, there's plenty more who want you to not score, and that's effectively what happened there.
What a ball that is, by the way.
Luca's got acres of space here and willing runners. Man at the back post holds on to it, goes near post. That man is a magician. He's beating world-class goalkeepers at their near post. He's fired it past Berisha. It's 3-1. Has he put this game out of sight? 15 minutes left for Fenerbahce to get themselves anything out of this game. A draw does take them into 3rd place, so even 2 goals here. Mookie. But yeah, this has been the Luca NR1 show this evening. It was the same last week, and again, Fama do the double. Fama win in here. Fama just do what Fama want effectively.
Yeah, and to be fair, Fenerbahce played a fantastic game, April. It's just been moments, and again, the top teams just take their moments, and this is what this Famalicao team do. And the ball's come in.
Gives it back to NGK. Good block. Very good block. And for some reason, it's not a corner, but they're giving it straight back. Oh no, NGK, big save from Berisha. This is kind of how I expected this game to kind of be at times. I think Fener know they're possibly down and out, and we're seeing some things now, boys and girls. It's
yeah, last 10 minutes off the league. There is now effectively nothing to play for. It'd be very, very difficult for teams to get back in. So yeah, maybe just have some fun.
2 goals from Fener. I mean, that is an 8-ball style corner there. I still say, there's still time for Fener to score 2 goals here. We'll get them into 3rd place. I mean, For the Win might be in the chat watching this, rubbing their hands together. 3rd place for those boys. They'll be cheering on the attack here as well. Taziak cuts back, goes long for field position. Berisha restarts with the goal kick, finds his teammate this time, but again, given away, and from range, Berisha plucks out of the air.
Looked a lot more dangerous than I thought.
He's a world-class goalkeeper, Domino, despite the distribution at the moment from this back 4 of Fener. This was a bit similar, the same as the tackle as well. This was similar to the Fener we saw last season, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely looking like Fener are going to finish in 4th place. They don't get a man sent off, which...
How is that not a red card?
Yeah, which
that was GBH.
Which some of the red cards we've seen recently. It's definitely up there, but Capone gets off with just the yellow. 2 minutes of normal time plus stoppage time. I still think stranger things have happened. Warren Beast finds LR Season. Gonzalo in there, crunching tackle.
Slide tackle only.
If we could do
slide
this
only.
whole season, then I'd tune in for more games. You'd see me on every single VPG night and every single game, every single league. You don't see it often enough, Domino. It's a slight...
Maybe we have to adopt the baller philosophy, April. That has just been new on there, where you can only put in slide tackles for the first 10 minutes of the half.
No stand tackles.
It's the only way you can tackle anyone. No stand tackles.
Here we go then, officially a formality as MXBK goes through, and Edu Martin says you've already scored once. I'm not letting you score again. Only
Eddie Martin's
taking
about
it
his
serious.
stats.
Yeah.
Eddie Martin's like, please, can you keep my goals conceded down?
Yeah,
I'm not having
exactly.
that on my record.
Edge of the box, Cruyff goes inside the box, headed it down. Joe Burrows gets GBH'd and game, set, and match. I mean, it's showing us him on the floor, but the scoreboard did actually show up, so the game is, the game's trying its hardest. I'll leave that on for you guys. But confirmation of Fenerbahce champions, first and foremost. Congratulations to those guys. Fenerbahce fourth with 100 points for the win. Third, also on 100 points, but a superior goal difference. Team G-Mask finish. I mean, that puts them, what? Quick maths, 5 points behind champions champions Famalicao. So a bit of a chasm there in terms of going into this last, 4 games? 4, 2, 3, 1 games. But the last night of the VPG Esports Premier season, bearing in mind 7 teams could have won it, any one of those 7 teams could have won it. The fact that Digital down in 7th are 11 points behind Famalicao, that just shows you what a good night Famalicao had, and how, I guess, other teams did them favours, I guess.
Yeah, and 8-ball for them. And to be fair, when you win it like that, they didn't need any favours done for them, 8-ball. They had the points to win.
Right.
And they went in there with tunnel vision. We win these 4 games, we win the league. Bar nothing else. We win these 4 games, we win the league. And they done that in emphatic style, 8-ball. I think they sweep the first 2, 3-0, 3-0. And then going into that big game against Bodrum with a goal down. That was the moment, 8-ball. That was the moment. That was the catalyst where, what are we about? What can we do? Are we going to win the league? And then, I said it 3-4 times, 8-ball. That man, Luca, dragged his team, scruffed for the next style, got his team back in with absolutely nothing going their way. And then it all changed from there. That's an almost impressive season. I mean, there's 2 different contrasts from last season of G-Mask winning it, where you had a team, 8-ball, that was far superior to anyone, even though there was no one even in the same category or league as them. G-Mask winning it, Famalicao, winning it this time is drama, 8-ball, because you can tell me, have they ever been top of that league from the start of the season till now, or is this the first time they've ever held the number 1 position when it matters the most?
I mean, if they've just turned their Twitch off, so I think if their Twitch was still going, I would pose the question to the Fama boys, because I think I know the answer, but I don't want to insult them if it's incorrect. But I would be surprised if there was a game week where where they were top of that league, because most of the time it's obviously been due to lack of games played as opposed to not getting the results. Although, I mean, what did they finish on? They finished on 9 losses. I appreciate that's pretty good for a 50-game season, but
yeah,
they were just looking down. Fenerbahce, I mean, they finished on 8. Fluminense, REGNUM, 7 losses only. So again, to win the league by 5 points on 9 losses, I think speaks volumes of the business that they did in the business end of the league. Yeah. So fair play to them, and yeah, once again, it is congratulations to Famalicao, VPG Esports Premier champions, and yeah, hopefully we'll be around to defend their crown. Similarly to Team G-Mask, what they did last season. Once again, they're going to have a target on their backs all season. And to be fair, Famalicao usually have a target on their backs anyway. So next season,
always.
This has been probably the closest season in terms of we haven't had 1, 2, 3 runaway teams. You know, we said it before, 7 teams could have won the league tonight. So it shows how strong, I think, especially this top kind of, I'm going to go 16, 17, 18, and Class are in 19th, so I'll say 19th. But how strong,
dude, we're in 21st April.
how strong those sides are, you know. And I think, you know, we challenge the rest of VPG to come and have a go if you think you're hard enough, effectively, because you've seen what the gauntlet is now. We basically got to see everyone tonight in that top 7 minus G masking for the win. We've seen them on previous streams, so you know, you've probably streamed every single team in that league at least once, so you know what they're about. Yeah. And I do genuinely think that, again, when it comes to pyramid football, like VPG have, you should always be aiming to try and get to those top leagues, because this is what it's about. You're playing against the best in the world. You're playing against not only the best teams, but best players. And also, again, we said it after that Bodrum game, you're learning so much about yourself as a player and as a competitor as well, and an esports player. And I think that type of experience, regardless of what you go on to do, I think is absolutely massive. And I think for a lot of these players, it's kind of a once in a lifetime thing. You know, the likes of you and I, Domino, have been playing clubs for 8, 9, 10 years plus.
Too long.
We're never going to get a chance to do something like that. So, and that's why we're up here. But
never say never.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one more year, one more swan song. See us in a VPG Esports Premier team soon. That's not gonna happen. Can't do it. But yeah, another fantastic season from VPG. So congratulations to those guys. And you guys at home, the very least you could do is drop them a subscribe and just follow in on all the action. If you're new to VPG, welcome. Get yourself signed up, get yourself in a team or create a team, get all your boys or your girls in, and just give it a go. Competitive 11v11 clubs is the place to be. It's different, the place to be. And we wouldn't be here every bloody week if we didn't believe that. So truly do. And yeah, as for us, we're gonna go and hibernate. We are Pro Clubs Weekly. Go and drop us a sub as well. We do all things Pro Clubs on a weekly basis, hence the name. Right, Domino, I'll give you the final say, but as far as I'm concerned, thank you very much. That is season 13 wrapped up. Domino, do you want to tell them about season 14, or shall I?
You're going to tell them about season 14. Let me do my little wrap-up, April, first. But it's just, to be fair, it's a thanks. I mean, we can't be here without organisers like VPG, without you guys giving us the backing as well. Look, we love the messages coming into us and the positive support from, again, different places that we see it. We're here for you guys. We highlight you guys. You're the vehicle for us to commentate on. And yeah, we love doing it, guys. So appreciate everyone from the beginning of the season to the end that's been on the stream. Appreciate VPG having us on, and we never take it lightly. We are always grateful and always humble and able. That's it from me. You lovely people, I will see you.
When will you see them, Domino? Sometime. Shall we break the news on social media or here? I'll let you decide. It's your news.
I will break the news here, April. I'll break the news for you. Okay, for those lovely people in the chat, there might have been whispers or gossips. I am expecting my first child. Due date is early May. So for the foreseeable, I won't be around. I'll be in the background. I'll be doing bits and pieces.
So no change.
And maybe the sleep deprivation will make me crazy enough to come back here.
Don't do it.
But yeah, I think for the foreseeable, until things are a little bit different, I will not be an on-air performer. I will be, taking care of a human life. Well, I can barely take care of myself, so that's going to be a challenge in itself. So that's it from me, and I won't see you guys for the foreseeable, but trust me, I'll always be around.
Yeah, and he'll be here in spirit, of course, but more importantly, in person at the LAN event in Sheffield. So if you're planning on coming to that, you get to see, I was going to say Daddy Dom. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, you're going to say it. You're going to say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Take that off there. Gotta take that off. So yeah, if you want to send him your best wishes, please do so on social media, in the chat now, or at the VPG LAN event. And then you're stuck with me for season 14 because I will not be impregnating anyone anytime soon. So.
God.
So yeah, season 14, 8 more. What a beautiful, beautiful thought process to leave you all on. We're not coming back for another month now. The next season starts the 14th or the 21st of April. So gives you a lot of time to 1, rest, 2, befriend someone who is a manager of a very good side, and 3, train. Get training. Get up to level 120, boys and girls, because we need your baller builds.
Thank you very much.
Right, absolute pleasure, and yeah, see you in a month's time on stream, but every day on socials because we don't take any days off.
Take care, team.
Cheerio.